I always loved nature, the quiet, the peace. Going solo was a big step. Could I handle it? I packed my bag, drove to the park. My heart beat faster. This was it. The forest welcomed me, sunlight through the trees, a carpet of soft pine needles. I found the perfect spot near a clear blue stream. This was my stage. I set up my tent. The air was crisp and clean. Birds sang in the trees. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves. Nature's concert had begun. I closed my eyes, breathed it all in. The sun dipped below the trees, painting the sky in orange and purple hues. I built a small fire, the crackling flames a comforting sound. Stars twinkled above me. I felt small, yet connected. The forest came alive at night. The air was cool and crisp, filled with the scent of pine and damp earth. I heard rustling in the bushes, a sound that seemed to echo through the stillness. My heart raced, pounding in my chest like a drum. I strained my eyes, trying to pierce the darkness. A pair of bright eyes shone in the dark, reflecting the moonlight like tiny mirrors. It was a curious raccoon, its fur glistening under the silver light. We watched each other for a moment, a silent understanding passing between us. Then it scurried away, disappearing into the shadows as quickly as it had appeared. The forest was a different world at night, a place of mystery and wonder. The trees stood tall and silent, their branches swaying gently in the breeze. The stars twinkled above, casting a soft glow over the landscape. I could hear the distant call of an owl, a haunting sound that added to the eerie beauty of the scene. The forest floor was carpeted with fallen leaves which crunched softly underfoot as I moved. Every step seemed to echo in the quiet, a reminder of how alone I was in this vast, wild place. As I continued my walk, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. The forest seemed to be alive with unseen eyes, creatures hidden in the underbrush, observing my every move. It was both thrilling and unsettling, a reminder of the untamed nature of this place. I came across a small clearing, bathed in the soft light of the moon. The grass was damp with dew, and the air was filled with the sound of crickets chirping. I paused for a moment, taking in the serene beauty of the scene. Suddenly I heard a rustling sound behind me. I turned quickly, my heart pounding once again. This time it was a family of deer, their eyes wide with curiosity. They stood still for a moment, watching me with a mixture of caution and interest. Then, as if deciding I was no threat, they slowly moved away, disappearing into the forest. I watched them go, feeling a sense of awe and wonder. The forest was full of surprises, each encounter a reminder of the beauty and mystery of the natural world. As the night wore on, I continued my journey, each step taking me deeper into the heart of the forest. The sounds of the night surrounded me, a symphony of nature that was both soothing and exhilarating. I felt a deep connection to this place, a sense of belonging that was hard to describe. The forest was alive, and I was a part of it, a guest in its ancient, timeless world. A storm rolled in overnight. The wind howled. Rain lashed against my tent. I felt a flicker of fear, but the forest stood strong. The storm passed, leaving behind a fresh, earthy scent. The sun broke through the clouds, casting a golden hue over the forest. Each ray of light seemed to dance upon the leaves, creating a mesmerizing display of nature's beauty. The forest glistened with morning dew, each droplet reflecting the light like tiny diamonds. I felt a profound sense of peace wash over me, a tranquility that seemed to seep into my very soul. Being alone in nature was a gift, a precious opportunity to escape the chaos of everyday life and immerse myself in the serene embrace of the wilderness. As I walked deeper into the forest, the sounds of the modern world faded away, replaced by the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant calls of birds. The air was crisp and fresh, filled with the earthy scent of pine and moss. I could feel the stress and worries of my daily life melting away with each step I took. It was as if the forest was a sanctuary, a place where I could truly be myself without any pretenses or expectations. I found a small clearing and decided to sit down, leaning against the trunk of an ancient oak tree. The bark was rough against my back, but it felt grounding, connecting me to the earth. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, letting the sounds and scents of the forest envelop me. In that moment, I felt a deep sense of connection to the world around me, a reminder that I was a part of something much larger than myself. Nature has a way of putting things into perspective. The towering trees, the vast expanse of the sky, the intricate patterns of the leaves, all of it reminded me of the beauty and complexity of life. It allowed me to reconnect with myself, to find strength I didn't know I had. In the quiet solitude of the forest, I found clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. I realized that the challenges I faced were just a small part of my journey, and that I had the inner strength to overcome them. As the sun continued to rise, casting longer shadows and illuminating the forest floor, I felt a sense of gratitude. Grateful for the opportunity to experience such beauty, for the chance to find peace in the wild. It was a reminder that sometimes the answers we seek are not found in the hustle and bustle of daily life, but in the quiet moments of reflection and connection with nature. The forest had given me a gift, one that I would carry with me long after I left its embrace. I packed up my things, leaving the campsite as I found it. This trip changed me. It reminded me of the simple things, the beauty of nature, the importance of solitude, the strength we all possess. As I stood there, looking at the now empty campsite, I couldn't help but reflect on the journey that had brought me here. The hustle and bustle of daily life had become overwhelming, and I needed an escape. The decision to venture into the wilderness was not just about seeking adventure, but about finding a piece of myself that had been lost in the chaos of modern living. The first night under the stars was a revelation. The sky, unpolluted by city lights, was a canvas of twinkling constellations. Each star seemed to whisper secrets of the universe, stories of ancient times and the promise of endless possibilities. The gentle rustling of leaves and the distant call of nocturnal creatures created a symphony that lulled me into a deep, restful sleep. Morning brought with it a sense of renewal. The crisp, fresh air filled my lungs, invigorating my spirit. I spent the days exploring the surrounding woods, discovering hidden trails and secret clearings. Each step I took was a step away from the stress and worries that had plagued me. The simplicity of nature had a profound effect on my mind and soul. I learned to appreciate the small things, the way the sunlight filtered through the trees, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. The sound of a babbling brook, its waters clear and cool. The sight of a deer grazing in a meadow, undisturbed by my presence. These moments, though fleeting, were etched into my memory, reminding me of the beauty that exists in the world, if only we take the time to notice. Solitude, too, became a cherished companion. In the quiet moments, free from the distractions of technology and the demands of social interactions, I found clarity. I had time to think, to reflect, and to simply be. It was in these moments of solitude that I discovered a strength within myself that I had forgotten existed. The strength to be alone, to face my thoughts and fears, and to emerge stronger and more resilient. As I packed up my gear and prepared to leave, I felt a sense of gratitude. This trip had been more than just a getaway. It had been a journey of self-discovery. I was reminded of the importance of simplicity, of reconnecting with nature, and of finding strength in solitude. These lessons, learned in the heart of the wilderness, would stay with me long after I returned to the hustle and bustle of everyday life. With one last look at the campsite, I hoisted my backpack and began the trek back to civilization. The path ahead was uncertain, but I felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. This return to simplicity had given me a new perspective, a renewed sense of purpose, and the strength to navigate the complexities of life with grace and resilience. Nature is waiting for you. Take a chance. Go solo. Experience the magic. Share your stories. Let's inspire each other to protect these wild places. Follow me for more adventures.